Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Living with Sin. As you know, it's your girl Sin. And in today's message, I just want to share. I know that I've been kind of like bringing you along in the week-to-week process of before I leave the country, but I'm leaving in 5 days, you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I feel like my soul is finally like happy, it's jumping, because this is literally what I'm supposed to be doing, and it just feels so aligned, so right. And when you're in true alignment, like, there's no blockages, you know what I'm saying? And the only way that there's a block is because you put it there. But that's another story. In this story, we're gonna talk about the last week and what I went through emotionally, physically, mentally. And during this process, anytime that you go through a major transformation in your life, or something that is unfamiliar that you're going towards, your nervous system, your body starts reacting, okay? Your mind starts to race because it's trying to protect you. So you start to go towards old patterns, old identities, old ways of thinking, right? But once you have the awareness, you're able to maneuver and remove these blockages and continue to align yourself with going into the unfamiliar. I do want to make this clear though. The unfamiliar is not bad. We fear the unfamiliar because we don't know what it is. You know, we like to know everything as humans, but we never question God, right? And it's in the unfamiliar. God's in the unfamiliar. And also, that's where miracles live. We were made from the unknown. We were made from love, yeah, but we were unknowingly made, okay? If you think about that, everything was unknowingly made. So that's just a little perspective. But moving forward, this week has been the most emotional, purging, realist-ish I've ever been through in my entire life. And I've been through a lot of dark times. And I don't want to call this darkness. I feel that because I'm much lighter now, I can actually walk through the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Without fear, without doubt in myself. I'm lit up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm following the light. I'm following the alignment and what my purpose is. Also, if you guys hear like a little background noise, I live next to an airport, 1. And 2, I think there's cutting grass around here, so bear with me. But yeah, in this tower moment, I actually want to start from the beginning, because this was a beautiful reflection that I had yesterday. Every single relationship that I've ever had, and this is not just romantic, this is also platonic, friendships, and even family ships, colleagues, everything like that. Every person that I encountered, the way I see it now, was obviously we're all mirrors to each other, right? We reflect things off of each other of who we are, because who we are is what we see, right? And so realizing this, I was like, you know what? Every single relationship I've been in or encountered has been a puzzle piece, has given me a puzzle piece to make myself whole again, to come back to myself, to come back home to my soul, to God, right? So I found that very beautiful. And in this tower moment, I've built this tower so tall, and this is like the tower of all of the programmings that I was given, right? Of generational stuff, okay? It's not just me, it's generational. It's things that my moms went through, my grandmothers went through. We all have daddy issues. Like, it's insane when you really get deep into it. And maybe I'll make a video on that, because that was really a deep reflection, and it's beautiful. And I feel like I'm not the only person that goes through these types of generational, I don't want to say curses, but we'll call it baggage. But I definitely cut the cords on a lot of that stuff, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to be this powerful being, to be able to cut the cords on a lot of things, because I also feel that in order for me to be this person, in order for me to gain this power, my mom, my grandma, they had to also cut cords and break traditions and things like that in order for me to learn off of that. So I don't want to take fully of what it is, but I will say that my lineage to come after me will never go through what I went through. And that's the beautiful thing about the Ripple movement. And if you don't know about the Ripple movement, it is just like, it's a community that I'm building. And if you think about it, when you touch one heart, right? When you touch one heart and you awaken somebody, they take that and they project it in a good way, in a positive way, and they place it onto someone else, and to someone else, and to someone else, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. And that is a true movement. And obviously, in the body of water that we live in one little boop stone in the water, it's just a beautiful thing how I see it. But yeah, be a part of that Ripple movement, because it's very important and it's powerful, right? You'll be a part of something really powerful. And also, that's not my plan. That was God. Like, God gave that to me. So I feel like that is even more powerful. Where was I going with the story? Oh, so the tower moment. So with this tower moment, I literally built brick by brick, right? All these things: abandonment wounds, unworthiness, seeking validation, afraid to be seen, afraid to be heard, wanting to be chosen so bad, chasing, trying to control everything. Just the list goes on, right? Around abandonment wounds. I feel like it's one of the cores, the guilt, the shame, all these buildings. And in these past my whole life, 32 years, I've dealt with this, right? I've learned through pain. And I feel like I've learned through a lot of pain. I was the type of person, and if you are this type of person too, let me know down in the comments. I was the type of person, you could tell me how hot the stove was, but I would still burn myself. Like, I still wanted to know how hot the stove was. You can tell me, don't touch that, it's hot. But for myself, I wanted to know how hot it was. If you're this type of person, let me know. And sometimes I burn myself a couple times because I'm just like, well, I already did it. So I already know how it's gonna burn me, so, but eventually you have to learn. You have to look at your hand and be like, okay, wait, that's a little too much scarring there. Let's calm down, let's try something different. So that causes a lot of insanity too, but that's, again, another story for another day. But yeah, I've learned through pain, and when you're healed, you no longer need to suffer, because you're no longer holding on to anything. You're surrendering, right? You're not in pain anymore. Surrender is pain, is putting yourself through pain every single time. When you attach yourself to any single thing, it could be a person, a memory, an object, an animal. When you attach yourself to something, you're leading yourself to suffering, which leads to pain. If you don't want to feel the pain, you just gotta let go and just let things be what they are. Don't call it good or bad. Just let it be at a flow state, just like the earth. The earth is perfect the way it is because it's at a flow state. You think a bird is worried about paying their bills on time? No, they're worried about just flapping their wings, worried about the change of the seasons, where they go where the wind goes. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we're supposed to be. They're a reflection of us, and we're a reflection of them. We just have a consciousness. Anyway, that's another story for another day. This is about the tower moment. You see what I be doing? I be channeling, and I get so many downloads. Thank God. Okay, so yeah, didn't have to learn through pain. Once you healed, you don't have to learn through pain anymore, through suffering. Once you're healed, you grow now. You grow through your alignment, through your success. You just, because you already you pruned off everything that was dead, right? You nurtured yourself. You're nurturing yourself during this time. And now you don't have to check the soil every 5 seconds to see if the seeds are growing. Honey, they're growing because you're no longer holding on to dead weight. You're no longer holding on to the past, to the old identities that people told you who you are. You're creating yourself. You're coming back to yourself of the truth of love, because love is all there is. So yeah, in the tower moment, this is a big thing. The tower moment. So each time I went through a situation, the tower will crumble, right? It wouldn't break fully. It would just maybe shake up a little bit. It would shake something up in me, like, oh shit, that's there. Excuse my language. That's there. But then I would continue to just let it rock. Maybe put some duct tape over it. Maybe put some filler, some caulking as they call it. And just let it be. And something else will happen. Shake it up. I'm shaking the whole car. And then it will start to crumble little by little. In this last relationship that I just went through was the karmic cycle that ended it all. Kind of like Jenga. You know when you pull the last tile, is that a tile? I guess a block. When you pull the last one and you about to lose, you're not losing. You made the whole thing. You made the whole thing that you built crumble because it's unstable, right? But at the same time, when the dust settles, there's such a relief. You're like, wow, I could breathe again. It's gone. And for a split second, you feel like it's a relief, but a release and a relief, but you also feel like, wow, that really happened. Everything that I built, like, oh my gosh, you start feeling like that just happened. What am I gonna do now? And you just know what you're gonna do. You just have a knowing, okay? And the knowing is you're gonna go to the area where the tower fell. You're gonna clean up the ish, the last residue, the last dirt, because let me tell you, where you're going, you need to be empty in order to be filled, right? To be an overflow. There is no way that you can have this last bit of residue, the dirt, and try to overflow it with water. The dirt is still going to be in the water. You need to be able to take out all of the dirt, all of the darkness, in order to overpour with clarity. So that's exactly what happened. And now where I'm going empty. Because when you have nothing, you have everything. I'm going empty to be able to trust and receive my overflow. So this message was about the tower moment, because that was serious this last week. Trusting and receiving and being empty for overflow, but also to let go and surrender. Because when you hold on to pain, that's all you learn from. You actually don't learn from God or the universe or what, you can't hear correctly. There's no clarity. There's no alignment because you are disconnected from source. If you feel like you're not creative, if you're not inspired, all these things, that's because you're disconnected. But if you keep following my channel, I will get you connected. I will get you to where you need to be, because I truly believe in the Ripple movement, and I truly believe that I am here on this earth as a vessel, as God's creation, the highest source of creation that flows through me to channel to you. This message is for you. You didn't come across this video by coincidence. This message is for you. It was made for you. So I hope that it resonated with you. And if it does, please let me know down in the comments. I want to get to know you guys. Again, this is about building a community, but also transforming and doing it together. Because I'm the person that went first. And now I get to guide you so you don't have to suffer the way I did. But anyways, I hope this message found you well. I will catch you on the next wave.